Kitley. Expect a similar style of game. Very close, very well contested.
Georgia Amoore, number 5 in black, the very talented point guard that Deb highlighted in the open. Kayla King, one of the veterans on this team. Matilda Eck, the transfer from Michigan State. A newcomer that's becoming more comfortable as we have our first foul of this game.
Okay.
It's against Gokdeng.
Pam, listen, this is a big call right here because North Carolina is going to start the game trying to be physical off the ball with Kitley. So now Kenny Brooks knows if he runs her off a combination screening action, it's going to be an issue for North Carolina with their physicality.
Yes, Gokdeng, the transfer from Boston College, very familiar with Kitley as the shot clock winds down. Eck was on the sideline. That's a turnover. Kenny Brooks has done marvelous things now in his 8th year at Virginia Tech, over 500 wins, and yes, took them to the Final Four last year where they had a lead in the 4th quarter against LSU in the semis, couldn't hang on, and LSU went on to win the championship. Deja Kelly with the miss. Kayla King gets the rebound and puts it in the very capable hands of Georgia Amoore.
Well, Kenny Brooks has had success in here. Courtney Banghart's lost 12 games in her career at North Carolina, 3 of which have been to Kenny Brooks. And Kayla King will have the #1 defensive assignment on Deja Kelly. Look at that clear out. Good execution.
That was a perfect pass to find Kitley, who was averaging 22.5 points per game. That's 8th in the entire nation.
Pam, you always recognize the details. That's exactly what it is, right? I mean, that's what we talked about at the beginning. That's the way this game's going to roll.
That's what Courtney Banghart said to us before the game. It's just a matter of executing better during games, during a slight 2-game slide for her club. If the ACC is a thought, Kitley, so good.
The first 3 plays have been scripted for Elizabeth Kitley. One, she draws a foul, and then she scores on the other, right? When they step out of bounds, obviously, but she's getting the ball in her hands.
Only Hannah Hidalgo is averaging more points per game in the league than Kitley. Gokdeng working against Liz. Got it blocked. Kitley also is pretty good at that.
Here's the naked side clear out, right? There's nobody on the other side of the floor. You take all the help side away. You bring everyone to the strong side, and then Kitley sets a little screen and a short roll to the elbow where she is absolutely fantastic at scoring.
Never seems to miss from that spot. Shot clock winding down now for Ustby. Kitley couldn't handle it, but it picked up by Olivia Sumiel, who has really given Tech a shot in the arm since she got into the starting lineup. Sumiel, a Wake Forest transfer. And an offensive foul with Kayla King trying to set a screen. Courtney Banghart in her 5th year at North Carolina after 12 great years at Princeton. 3 straight NCAA appearances for the Heels. Under Banghart, reviving this program. Ustby dribbles into the double team, in trouble, and it's a 3-second violation.
No movement by North Carolina once the ball gets to the post. You got to play off of Alyssa Ustby once she dribbles down there, but it was a great double by Virginia Tech to cause the turnover.
Ustby is not an outside shooting threat, and you will see defenses adapt to that. King, great 3-point shooter. Wide left, Kitley hunted the rebound. King again. King's shooting percentage numbers are down, but Kenny Brooks says in part that's because she's asked to do so much, including defend best players like Deja Kelly.
Right. It's a tough assignment on the defensive end. Last year she had others around her that could take that role, but she's got to take it this year.
Ustby, aggressive. Sumiel with good defense. Shot clock at 5. Kelly, Deja. Driving on Sumiel and drew the foul right before the shot clock expired.
It's the defensive discipline of Virginia Tech once Kelly gets into the paint. Because she's going to drive in the middle third and she's looking to score. She gets to the free throw line at a high clip. She's not going in there to pass.
Only Angel Reese has been to the line more times than her of anyone in the nation. Coming up next, our triple header rolls on in Columbia. Number 1 South Carolina hosts Ole Miss. And then how about our afternoon cap, if you will. UCLA Stanford, top 10 matchup, all that coming up on ESPN2. Boy, the Pac-12 has been amazing.
Been great. 6 teams ranked. Juju Watkins, 51 the other night. You know how much film Tara Vanderveer must have watched before Juju Watkins put 51 on her?
Maybe not enough. Kitley goes to ground.
I don't think you could ever say that about Tara.
Not to her face. No.
South Carolina, they're sold out, Pam. They've led the nation in attendance for, 12 years? It'll be a fun day of women's hoops on ESPN2.
Don't even think about changing the channel.
There's a lot of Hokie fans in here.
Oh, yeah. It's about a 3.5-hour ride, we heard. Virginia Tech bus down, but the Hokie fans, speaking of sold out, they have been selling out Castle for the last couple of games.
We should be promoting attendance all around women's basketball because it's exceptional this year.
Kelly with the miss.
We should not be doing the opposite.
Absolutely not. North Carolina 0 for 6 from the floor. Outside shot nailed by Summiel. That's only her 13th 3 of the year. You expect it would be Amoore, Eck, or King with the 3, but Summiel dishes it. Lexi Donarski, the Iowa State grad transfer. Her shooting numbers have been a little shaky as well of late. See how they're keeping away from Ustby? Late contest from Kitley, but Gotham was able to get it.
Well, you have to make sure that you rotate on the weak side. Ustby is not a great shooter, as you said. She's a tremendous offensive rebounder.
Terrific athlete. Developing her as a basketball player in her 4 years at Carolina. As we take a timeout, let's look at Olivia Summiel.
Summiel, a 40% three-point shooter. They go swing, swing, and she sticks it.
Summiel certainly is playing for her mom, Tammy, who is going through her own battle with cancer right now.
Yeah, we're sending out our heartfelt prayers to Tammy and the Summiel family. Great to see her here at the game cheering on her daughter.
So many who are affected by cancer. Another turnover, 4 turnovers now for Tech. Now the ball comes right back over to the Hokies. You can all, we can all support the K-Yow Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Donate at KYOW.com. All of the money goes directly to research.
What K-Yow really wanted was to unite all coaches in an effort to create awareness and improve the quality of life of those battling and help their caregivers. We can do that. All you have to do is do what you can. Go to KYOW.com and make your donation, and it doesn't matter what the amount is. You will be helping someone like Tammy. First foul on Georgia Amoore. And now here's a very interesting player, Clara Strack, who comes in for Summiel. And Kenny Brooks likes to play Strack, who is 6'5", along with Kitley, who's 6'6". This is when they go with what you would call their big lineup. And Strack is very capable, good footwork, and score inside.
Donarski gets her first shot to fall.
Really good execution by North Carolina. Situational offense is when the ball is dead and you get to execute exactly what you want. You should score on those plays.
Did. With that bucket, the crowd comes alive here at Carmichael. Trying to get it into Strack, but Kitley kicks it back out to Amoore and then sets a screen. Amoore has yet to score. In fact, she hasn't taken a shot. Kitley, usually money from there. Strack couldn't get it, so it goes over to Carolina.
North Carolina doing a really nice job. They inbound it, then Donarski sells it like she's going to cut. Then she makes a nice ball fake. You would like to call that America's play? You got to know where the inbounder is. Everyone runs that.
Donarski knocking on the door of 1,000 points for her career. Must be guarded by Strack, the freshman, then set a mean screen to give Donarski room.
If she sees a big basket, Pam, could be a big night for for Donarski. She is a tremendous three-point threat, the best for North Carolina, and just an overall very skilled offensive player.
There's a couple of twos that have fallen so far in this game. Eck, her three is off the mark. Donarski feeling it. Got it.
This is when Ustby's at her best. Rebound, no outlet, push. Carolina run the lanes hard and wide.
Amoore ends a 9-0 run by hitting the three-pointer.
North Carolina really good in their transition game when they rebound or when they take it out of the net. Look how quickly they pushed off the made three.
Certainly their strength running in transition. Donarski went down. Kitley was wide open for a moment, but Amoore didn't see her. Deja Kelly coming off another 20-point game in the loss to NC State. Stuffed, but then fouled by Kayla King, and that is 2 on her.
You have to have defensive discipline on a downhill driving guard like Deja Kelly. She scores a lot of points at the free throw line, as you already mentioned, Pam.
King, a very important component to this team, goes out of the game with 2 fouls. Harley Wenzel, a redshirt freshman, comes in. And Deja Kelly, as usual, is at the free throw line. Hokies highlight Thursday's ACC Network doubleheader. Women's basketball, Virginia's going to be at Boston College, and I can't wait for this one. Virginia Tech at NC State on the ACC Network and the app. Last time they played, it was an amazing, like you couldn't draw it up better.
No, game winner.
Yep, and of course, Kitley hit it.
Yep, it was a sold-out Castle Coliseum as well. It'll be sold out over there in Reynolds. They've sold out every game at Reynolds Coliseum.
One of the best atmospheres in all of women's basketball, and that's becoming more the norm, especially in the ACC. Ustby getting some good physical play from Strack. Renaya Kelly, the freshman who's been playing the point for the last few games, starting with Paulina Paris still unavailable, out with a lower body injury. So Carolina only has 4 scholarship guards available. Amoore, so crafty. A little bit too strong. Eck, good rebound.
It's about time Kitley gets a touch.
Scored 4 points early.
There she is.
Posting up against Poole, turnaround money.
Bottom, bucket. You just have a sense. You have to understand how Kenny Brooks thinks.
So good in the open floor. That fadeaway is, can't defend it. Just hope she doesn't get the ball or play her so she doesn't get the ball. And now Amoore looks over to Coach Brooks and slows it down.
I'm not sure if Georgia Amoore and Kenny Brooks are connected at the hip or connected at the brain.
Yeah. They seem to be always on the same page. They talk during every timeout, every stoppage to get on the same page if they're not. The shot buried by Wenzel. Her 11th three, pardon me.
Okay, here. Deja Kelly's not giving it up. Look, she's wiping the dirt off her feet. She's going right off this high ball screen.
Poole sets it. Short, but Ustby doing Ustby-like things. Got it to Donarski, who got a good look at the end. First quarter comes to a close with Tech up by 3. Our Wooden Watch brought to you by Principal, and yes, not just Liz Kitley in the National Player of the Year conversation, but Georgia Amoore, her teammate as well. Spectacular season. Pam Ward and Deb Antonelli joining you from Carmichael, where North Carolina trails Virginia Tech by 3.
Well, this gives Kenny Brooks a chance with a one-possession game to give Elizabeth Kitley a little bit of a break. I don't expect her to be over there very long.
And gets the extra break because of the timeout. She's been sitting since the end of the first quarter and through the TV commercial break. North Carolina's offense has struggled except for Lexi Donarski. Good defense by Strack to stand up key.
You got to build a wall down there, and that's exactly what she did. Good discipline defensively.
Kenny Brooks has been raving about Strack's high basketball IQ, especially for a true freshman. And that's a screen. That is a no-no. Kenny Brooks disagrees, but the foul called on Strack. That is her fifth Hokie turnover.
It's a moving screen. That's a good call.
Tiani Key, number 13, into the game for North Carolina, also playing out there with Anya Poole. There's Donarski. She was 3 of 6 from the floor in the first quarter. The rest of her teammates only hit one shot, and that was a putback by Gopdang. They are 2 of 13 from the floor, 2 of 14 as Deja Kelly misses.
India Navarre is trying to get on Amoore to deny her the basketball up the floor, but I don't think you can really speed up Georgia Amoore. She has such a good change of pace and cadence to her game.
Wenzel, that's her second 3.
They love that pin down in the middle third. It's a huge part of their offense. There's multiple players, Pam, that he can run off that pin down.
What a luxury that must be. Biggest lead of the game here for the Hokies. Carolina is ice cold. Amoore almost took a swipe at it. Deja Kelly trying to do perhaps too much on her own.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to move, and she's trying to play off that middle third, and you know she's a driver to score, not a driver to pass. So Virginia Tech can pinch a little bit, right? Pinch off the shooters, except for Donarski. Help a little bit and make Deja Kelly see numbers in the gaps and make her look like layers of defense and hard to get all the way to the rim.
Shooting just 20% from the floor. There's a foul on Poole, who went for the steal. Virginia Tech with 7 baskets. They have 6 assists.
That's the way they play. 59% of their baskets are assisted on the season. They are an excellent ball movement, share the ball, move without the ball team.
They lead the league in assists at over 17 per game. Here's Navarre, the Stanford transfer. Beautiful step through to get around Amoore, but she couldn't finish. Samuel off the mark. Here's Donarski. Deja Kelly behind the Poole screen. And they have a foul on the floor, I believe, on Samuel. And yes, and that is her second. Kayla King has 2. So does Olivia Samuel.
And Kenny Brooks will take Deja Kelly shooting the 3. She's about 27%. And you got to box out on the weak side. That's a couple of weak side boards that North Carolina has been able to get. They're all going to crash when Kelly shoots the 3.
Samuel out of the game. Gopdang with the miss. Another rebound for Kitley.
I think North Carolina needs to keep attacking the rim. Keep going inside. Put some pressure on Kitley inside.
Steps taken by Kitley before she was able to get the ball on the floor. Kenny Brooks wanted a shot. 7 turnovers now for Tech. That's a lot. They only average 12 per game.
There's been a couple of live balls, but most of them are dead balls so they can set their D.
Navarre, she's been important in stretches for Carolina this year. That's a walk. Yep. Ustby, that time it was Ustby's turn to crash into the wall of Clara Strack.
Strack doing a good job.
Amoore gets a screen from Kitley, who then posts up. Is against Gopdang.
Kitley makes one more pass to improve the angle, and then look at the repost. Footwork is outstanding. Good repost by Kitley.
North Carolina has missed 11 straight shots. This is a beautiful piece of work by Kitley.
Well, Amoore swings it to the wing so the entry can come in. Then Kitley sends it back out, repost. Nice turnaround, fade away. Excellent footwork on the inside.
You can see her if you ever have a chance to go to practice, the way she works a lot with Kenny Brooks, and footwork is so important.
All the time, every day.
Liz just picked up her first personal foul for Tech.
You want to build good offensive habits, Pam, you got to work at it.
Funny how that happens, right? Put the work in, good things can happen. Kelly finally gets her first field goal of the game, and that broke a string of 11 straight North Carolina misses.
Yet Virginia Tech has not been able to pull away because they've turned the ball over in that stretch.
Amoore saw a little bit of daylight. Docting couldn't control it, so the ball stays with Tech.
And this is just vintage Deja Kelly. Waits till the screen clears. She doesn't always need a screen. A little bump, but she didn't push off. Create a little separation.
By Wenzel, her first year. Amoore over to Narski. Ball goes over to North Carolina.
And when Virginia Tech goes side to side, they get multiple sides. They go swing, swing. They're usually open. And it gives Kitley a chance to reshape in the post.
Kelly now a switch. She's got the strap on her. Ustby with the shot clock into single digits. And a nice left-handed finish by Navarre.
Indy Navarre grew up right in this area. Apex Friendship High School, recruited by all the schools in this area.
Went to Stanford, and then after 1 year came home. Amoore with a step-back three. Her shot has not been very true so far. She's missed 4 of her 5 shots. Docting, guarded by Kitley, just bounced out.
I mean, Docting isn't going to get better looks than that. She's had a couple right at the front of the rim. She could not finish.
And off her first double-double in a North Carolina uniform in their loss to NC State on Thursday. Amoore firing away. Kelly with the weak side rebound, loves to push it.
Really got to get up on her and stop the ball before she gets to the three-point line.
This is Strackling well off of Ustby, but not close enough to Kelly.
And Deja Kelly is going to take 16 shots a game. In the last 7 games, she's been over the 20-point mark 5 times.
She does, as you mentioned, take a lot of shots. Number 1 scorer for this team, averaging 16.5 points per game. Deja's just 1 of 7 so far from the floor in this game. Narski. Shot clock at 5. Docting needs to shoot. Don't think she realizes it. Tipped away by Wenzel. Just a half a second left on the
Players need to contribute as well. We'll see if they're able to do that, and we'll see you back here at the half.
Thank you very much. And no one has shot the ball well at all in this quarter. The 2 teams now are combined 4 for 20. And talk about the offense for Virginia Tech. They are 1 of 6 from 3 in this quarter, taking a lot of threes. 6 of their 9 shots coming from distance. They're not hitting them. And to the point from Drea Carter in the studio, North Carolina has 0 points off of the Virginia Tech turnovers. Usually that's a gift, especially for a team like Carolina. Give it right back.
Well, Kitley is in a battle inside with Gokdang, and when she's battling that hard for position, you have to give her the ball.
Nice. Kitley found Strack, who went under the basket for her first 2 of the game.
And North Carolina didn't get matched up fast enough in transition.
Tech had gone 3.5 minutes without a bucket before Strack hit that one. Deja Kelly guarded by Wenzel, and now Gokdang, boy, she's had some good looks in there.
I mean, if I'm a guard and I keep throwing it in there and she's at the front of the rim, Deja Kelly eventually is going to go away from that and start trying to score herself.
Gokdang usually is very good as she got Kitley in the neck for a foul.
Elizabeth Kitley with such a high IQ. They run a double stagger. She pushes Strack out of the way to create space. Gokdang gets caught ball watching. Strack goes back door.
Strack, the 6'5" freshman from Buffalo, New York. She takes a break. Harris Baker comes in, Vin Baker's kid from West Hartford, Connecticut. He's giving them some nice play off the bench this season. Wenzel had that look in her eye. She was going to shoot it as soon as she got it. Has a couple of threes today, but that one missed. Deja.
That's what I'm talking about. She's just going to keep it. She gets caught in the Virginia Tech gets caught in the wash to the strong side, right? Everybody's flooding strong side. Deja Kelly just gives it a beat, and then she goes strong off that right hand.
She's got 7, so does Donarski. Only Navarre and Gokdang have scored baskets other than those two for North Carolina. Kelly with an evasive move to get around Wenzel, who thought she had a block, but instead she's called for her first foul.
Watch this right here. Strong side. She waits for the screen. Kitley shows a little soft hedge. Not enough. Deja Kelly's got an eye for the rim every time down the floor. Wow. I don't know about that one.
Virginia Tech has not shot a free throw yet. Deja Kelly has shot every free throw for Carolina.
And Deja Kelly is 2 for 8. She scored her points at the free throw line.
5 of 6 from the line. Deja's got 9. The lead is sliced to 2. Tech is led by as many as 8. Amoore. Off glass, gets it to fall.
Wow, that is a beautiful runner. That's the two-man game that Kitley and Amoore work at every day.
Last 3 games, Amoore is averaging 24 points and 10 assists. Good look for Key.
And see, here's the next level, Pam, for North Carolina. When Deja Kelly dribbles into that switch, and she gets a big on her, she passes it back. Boomerang pass it right back to her and let her go. Because their bigs can't guard her off the bounce. Nobody's bigs can guard her off the bounce. That's the next level IQ for North Carolina.
A couple of seconds difference between the clocks. Amoore's going to take as much as she can. Kitley. Her jumper is not as accurate as we're used to seeing, but Matilda Eck, her only basket.
Elizabeth Kitley, who took 11 shots, had 8 points, is going to have a bigger second half, but I also believe Deja Kelly will as well, who has 9 points on 8 shots.
Alyssa Ustby did not score, neither did Renaya Kelly. The 2 starters held off the score sheet. There's Renaya, the freshman point guard. Courtney Banghart very excited about her future, but only played 10 minutes in that first quarter. Gokdang missed a lot of shots. Usually a 66% shooter. She just turned it over. She was only 1 of 6 from the floor in the first half.
What a save by Amoore. What did Kenny Brooks tell us? No diving?
No diving.
Unless you're going to save the ball.
Yeah. With that conversation, she got hurt in the Duke game this season. And there is a rule that Kenny has that he doesn't want them diving for the ball, and he didn't really address it to her directly. Kayla King got a couple of quick fouls. She missed that shot.
Well, you got to stop the ball right here. Ustby coming downhill.
Deja Kelly with 3. Gets into double figures. What a way to start. North Carolina just 20 points in the first half. That is their lowest scoring first half of the season, eclipsing what is now their second lowest scoring first half of the season, which happened Thursday at NC State.
Yeah, they had 24 points on Thursday.
Eck get a shot at the buzzer to end the second quarter, missed everything. King has it rim out.
So Virginia Tech starts the second half 0 for 3 without a touch. 0 for 3 from the three-point line without a touch to Kitley.
Yeah, they are taking a lot of threes in this game. Deja does it again.
I'm telling you, here she comes.
In a big third quarter against NC State on Thursday. She's got 15. And the fans have come alive at Carmichael as the lead is just 1. Amoore to Kitley. Got Kelly up in the air, but Gokdeng was moving, and another missed 3. Virginia Tech leads the ACC, shooting over 36% from distance on the season. But not today. Ustby still is being shut out. Tech just 4 of 18 from 3. That's 22%. Amoore took it herself.
I mean, that's what she can do. In the open floor, there are 3 white jerseys back, and no one stops her.
Ustby, little swim move to get around Summiel to get her first points of the game, averaging 12.5 on the season.
Alyssa Ustby is too good of a competitor to not score in the first half, and recognize that to start the second.
More guarded by the freshman Kelly. Tough shot, and she hit it.
How is the Australian national team not looking at Georgia Amoore?
There is a lot of talent down under, but this kid, special. Deja does it again.
Well, the problem for Deja Kelly is, or not for Deja, it's a good thing for her. It's a problem for Virginia Tech. She put 4 fouls on the Hokies front line in the first half with her dribble penetration. So they're playing a little softer on her right now. And you can't play soft on Kelly.
Unforced error for Amoore. Deja Kelly coming alive here in the third quarter.
Deja Kelly, little brush screen right there, or ram screen, some people call it, would be appropriately named here at North Carolina. And she's good going downhill in the middle third.
Ustby coming out aggressive here in the third. Carolina has the lead. Trailed by as many as 8. Kitley, not even close. And then Ustby got tied up with Summiel, who is called for her 3rd personal foul. Summiel out, Strack the freshman in.
With Donarski on the top of the floor, look for something for Kelly right here. Deja Kelly. There's 2 Kellys on the floor for North Carolina.
Deja's this one with the leg sleeve. She got stuffed by Strack. Back. Kitley really working hard against Gokdeng. Ustby brought the double and forced the turnover. 9th turnover for Tech, but North Carolina has not taken advantage of that. Donarski did not take a shot in the second quarter. After a hot first quarter, Gokdeng, all thumbs on that one. Goes back to the Hokies.
And North Carolina does a really nice job doubling Kitley, and she doesn't catch it with her back to the basket much in this game. Kenny Brooks likes to move her around in space. We didn't see the double in the first half, and North Carolina has multiple ways they can bring the double.
Kitley has missed 8 of her 12 shots. Usually 55% from the floor. Donarski, a very good defender, cut off Eck. Amoore has to chase it down. Shot clock dying. Georgia. Nothing but the bottom of the net, which doesn't count. And that's a shot clock violation. So North Carolina coming out on fire, scoring 11 points already in the third quarter after just 8 in all of the second. KYOW.com. Very special weekend. KYOW weekend. We will have Louisville at NC State tomorrow, which is always very special on the campus where KYOW won so many games. Konarski,
737 wins in her career, and 738 is supposed to be the win over cancer. So if you want to help with 738, please make a donation to the KYOW.com organization, and you will help save somebody's life. Might be someone in your own family.
Virginia Tech not doing a good job hanging on to the ball. That's 11 turnovers, which is right around their season average.
50% of their shots are outside the arc to start the game. So they got to clean that up. They haven't been to the free throw line either, so they got to get more aggressive around the rim.
Gartang has done a good job on Kitley. They've used a couple of different people on her. Amoore, that's a low percentage shot. Here's Deja going right into Eck, and they're calling it a blocking foul.
Wow, Kenny Brooks wanted an offensive initiated call there. You have to establish legal guarding position. Now watch Eck. If you establish it, then you can move. Did Kelly lower her shoulder? Was that offense initiated? That's what Coach Brooks is saying. Or something like that.
Yes. Paraphrasing, and that sends Kelly back to the line. She's the only player for either team to take free throws this afternoon. ESPN Big Monday doubleheader coming your way tomorrow. This is men's basketball. Miami, Virginia, and Charlottesville at 7 Eastern, then Kansas State, both on the ESPN app. We will be in Raleigh
for a women's game.
NC State, Louisville. Just one loss in the league.
Hey, Tony Bennett's team for Virginia is playing really well. Both those teams coming off the win yesterday. Jim Laranaga's club at Miami back in the win column. Tony Bennett's team. One of the great coaching moves in the ACC on the men's side was putting Jordan Minor in the starting lineup and not bringing a double to the low block all the time. If you know Virginia men's basketball, you know that's a big part of what Tony Bennett likes to do.
They will be on Big Monday on the men's side. Georgia Amoore had a turnover on the other end, and that's a 3-second violation, so Carolina gives it right back. 5 turnovers in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
So North Carolina has delivered a punch out of the locker room, and let's see if Virginia Tech can respond.
They scored 4 points in the first 7 minutes of this quarter. Amoore, another jump shot for this Tech team. They are 4 of 19 from 3, only 21%. Half of their shots, as you mentioned, Deb, have been 3-pointers today. Ustby was called for her first personal foul.
And look for Georgia Amoore to get the ball back on this play.
Rebounds with nobody on her. Eck left wide open. Hit it. That's another good option. They have 3 players with 45 made threes. Only one other team in the country can say that.
That's Gonzaga. Only 2 teams in the country who have 3 with 45 or more.
Strack with another block. Very promising freshman.
And we got to look this one up too, Pam. Kenny Brooks has 3 different players that have made 7 triples in a game. 3 different times.
That's crazy.
That's pretty good shooting. Not good shooting today outside the arc.
No, we have not seen that. Shot clock at 5 for Deja. She's going to take it right to King. Kitley comes up with the rebound. Liz working on yet another double-double. That was her 9th rebound. Now Kitley. You see the frustration on Kitley's face. That time they got Gartang for her 3rd personal foul.
Well, if you want to win on the road in the ACC, you got to be tougher around the rim. And Kitley's got to get tougher right here. Yes, with her back to the basket, they're bringing a double. Yes, she prepares for that every day.
Amoore does get it back that time, and Gartang blocked it.
That's too easy for Gartang. Too much length.
Kitley, short. King gets the rebound. couple of offensive rebounds on this trip. Finally, Kayla King hits a shot. Finally, Virginia Tech gets one to go for distance.
When you're a three-point shooter like King, the only way to get out of it is to keep shooting. 87% of the shots she's taken over her career have been outside the arc.
Only missed. Amoore in the open court. 2 in a row for King. Nope, but nobody checks Strack. She was fouled.
I love what Amoore did right there, though. The acceleration to see if Kayla King can get the hot hand. That's how you answer the 3 W's, who to get the ball, when and where. You have an understanding. She's running right up the backside of Ustby, makes her have to pick her up, needs the help from Navarre that allows King a wide open look. Kayla King's got to stay confident as a shooter.
Maria Gotting has just been called for her 4th personal foul for Carolina. No move yet to get her out of the game. Now there is. Zelaya will come in for her. Strack got 1 out of 2.
Well, this should change a little bit of the scheming offensively for Kenny Brooks now, because Zelaya on the defensive end is going to have the Kitley matchup. And let's see what offensive package Kenny Brooks throws at that matchup, because one's coming, Pam.
A 6'4" senior from Goodyear, Arizona. Does not get a lot of playing time and now has to match up against Kitley.
Zelaya can shoot the 3, though.
Donarski.
So can Donarski.
Her first points since her 7-point first quarter.
She scored all 7 of those in a row, so she's a streaky shooter for North Carolina. For Bill Finley in the Big 12 at Iowa State, she was a great defender and great 3-point shooter.
Coming into this game, in her last 7, she had only hit 25% of her threes, but nailed this one.
I mean, it's just simple. Hands down, create a little separation, pull it back, stick it. That's her job.
Donarski was the 2022 Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Tremendous job for Coach Finley up in Ames. Grad transfer here at Carolina. Inside the final minute.
North Carolina did a really good job of keeping the ball on the strong side off the double team.
Strack to Eck.
2-for-1 opportunity for North Carolina.
Zelaya pops the 3.
That's what she does. A tremendous 3-point threat from the big spot.
North Carolina with the lead. A 6-0 run.
Going 2-man on the naked side right here.
Amoore cut off by Ustby, so a fadeaway, her shot off, and then Amoore hits the deck hard. She had to leave the Duke game and then missed a game. Donarski called for the 2nd foul.
Courtney Banghart was asking her team to flood the strong side because she knew the 2-man game was coming. Late clock, last possession.
15 fouls, so Amoore goes to the free throw line where she is a 90% free throw shooter. Gets them both. Coming off a 20-point, 14-assist game against Virginia. And we are starting all over. We are tied going in to the 4th quarter. Virginia Tech
Smiling after 51. My goodness. Here's what needs to happen for Virginia Tech in the second half of the second half, the 4th quarter. Georgia Amoore and Kitley have got to take over the game. Like, Kitley's got to be more forceful, especially in this matchup with Zelaya. Look, they're posting her up right here.
She did not score in the 3rd quarter. Only took 2 shots. Now she is 0 for 3 since the half.
You got to be more aggressive, demanding the basketball, shaping up to the ball, working without it.
Deja Kelly short on that shot.
Georgia Amoore likes to slice up the court in transition, which means switching from one side to the other after she gets the outlet.
Amoore and Kitley have combined 8 for 30 this afternoon. That's 27% from the floor for their stars.
And Kenny Brooks digging deep into his offensive playbook right here. He's going to a set we haven't seen yet.
Ustby again brings the double on Kitley, and that is thrown to the courtside seats. 13th turnover for the Hokies.
There are spots identified on the weak side that Virginia Tech is supposed to be on for that skip. But the North Carolina double is having an impact.
Zelaya in there because Goteng has 4 fouls. This hit a 3. Doing a good job on Kitley defensively so far. Navarre working on Amoore. Ustby always keeping things alive, but King comes away with it. Wisely looks for Amoore.
Summiel's got a tough job here in the fourth quarter, Pam. She's got to keep Ustby off the glass.
So they're playing with 3 fouls. And that's a foul on Navarre going for the steal.
The other thing Virginia Tech is doing really good, or do a good job of here, is KYP on the other end. They're going under screens with Kelly. They're going over the top with Donarski. This is a foul right here by India Navarre.
Running into that screen set by Kitley. More a little hesitation. Around the horn to King. Her second 3 of the game.
It's a great drift pass on the baseline, and you go one more. Kitley's got 2 triples, King's got 2 triples in the second half.
Gets a screen from Ustby, gives it right back, and it worked.
Really nice 2-man game on the naked side of the floor. Good acceleration. See, North Carolina has picked up their cadence offensively in the way they're accelerating through their quarter court offense.
Kitley cut off by Zelaya, shot over her, it's just not falling.
Everything is a little bit flat and a little bit short.
Zelaya hit one out there earlier in this half.
Well, that's her spot, trail 3.
Not shooting a great percentage, though, on the year, only about 20%. And now is called for the foul on the other end.
Watch this beautiful 2-man operation right here. The screen and then the roll. It's just well executed with 2 defenders that are caught in between.
Kitley got one to go. That is her first basket of the second half. Already, as you see, does have the double-double, the 11 boards and now 10 points for Liz. Her 15th double-double of the season.
See, where Ustby's always going to roll, Zelaya sometimes will pop.
Donarski with the shot clock. Gets it over to Zelaya.
She hit a couple of big threes against NC State in the fourth quarter that were game-deciding plays.
They were all tied up again. Guarded by Deja Kelly. Navarre has the assignment on Amoore. Now Kitley. Beautiful into Summiel, but a 3-second violation wiped away the basket. Kenny Brooks talked about how Liz Kitley is making quicker decisions when she gets double-teamed, but that wasn't quick enough because she was in the lane too long. Deja Kelly getting a lot of time at the point today. Renee Kelly has not gotten a lot of playing time. Deja got hit out on the perimeter by Eck.
North Carolina is running some really good stuff right now for Deja Kelly because they're getting her isolated on matchups where she can go off the bounce. She's been so good in the first half in the middle third. Now Courtney Banghart has moved her to the wings where she's able to drive in other spots on the floor.
Navarre off the inbound, doesn't get the roll, but Alyssa Ustby grabbed the rebound initially. Virginia Tech comes away from the scrum. Eck stops, pops, hits.
Numbers on the break.
Georgia Amoore now with 9 assists. So she is 1 assist away from a double-double. More bodies crashing to the floor and another foul.
I'm telling you, it's a difference where Kelly's catching the ball, Pam. It was in the middle third, top of the floor, all first half. Now, two-man game to the wing. She puts so much pressure on your defense because she's so good off the bounce. And she's going to the line again.
4 personals on Sumiel, who heads back to the bench. Pickleball back on ESPN tonight. Yes, I said pickleball, with 3 doubles matches capped off. Andre Agassi and Steffi Graf taking on John McEnroe and Maria Sharapova.
Well, that's not fair.
Then there's James Black and Jack Sock. Check it out, Pickleball Slam 2 at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. My money's on Agassi and Graf.
Yes, I got it. I'm with you. That is 6 personal fouls that Deja Kelly has drawn on the Virginia Tech defense.
It's another 20-point game for Deja.
That would be 6 of the last 8.
Back-to-back. Good defense, Alaya on Kitley. She's been bottled up in the second half. And Ustby again brings the double. Amoore left open momentarily. Big, huge 3.
Well, you got to punish the double. And that's how you punish it. Kitley has got to be strong in there. Every time the ball goes in there, they are really collapsing.
4-point lead for Tech as we hit 5 minutes to go in the fourth. And a nice answer by Donarski gets the lead back down to 1. Donarski had not been shooting the 3 well in the last few games coming in.
Come on, man, what a game, right?
That's changed.
I mean,
just what we had hoped for and certainly expected after the last couple have gone down to the wire. Kitley won the game last year at the buzzer.
When you got 6 teams in this league ranked, no night is easy.
King, wild shot, grabbed by Ustby. She's got a dozen rebounds. Deja, nope. Kitley corralled it, kept alive momentarily by Navarre.
How about X standing up right there?
These 2 teams will play in Blacksburg, February 25th. Kitley, nope. Strapped, quality minutes for the freshman.
She's done a really nice job countering all the attention on Kitley. It's a great crash for the freshman.
Amoore directing traffic with less than 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Kitley turnaround, got it.
Late in the clock, you throw it on the block, and that fadeaway is awesome, and Raven loves it. Her sister. That's my favorite Kitley, by the way.
Her mom, Loretta, dad, Ralph here as well, as they always are at games, but Raven rocking the wing. Look, she knows. She knows what kind of a finish we're up for.
The hustle, the extra play, and extra pass. Amoore drills the triple. How about Donarski? You're going to go behind the screen on me? In every possession. That's what you get out of the play of Ustby. Here's how she impacts winning. Out of the corner. She's not a threat from there to score, but she can rebound. And when she rebounds, look at the push up the court. Delivers a dime to the shooting pocket. Right to Donarski. And then you go one-on-one in the post. This is where her athleticism and her quickness comes into play. She's got 6 points. That's not her impact on the game. Her impact on the game is this right here, right side of the box score. 12 boards, 4 assists, and the defensive assignment that she's had, especially here helping double Kitley in the second half.
Donarski a little gimpy after taking some contact. The bounds, but will stay on this end of the floor. Alyssa Ustby did not score in the first half, has come alive here in the second. Another timeout with Carolina down by 4. What a weekend it always is. What a game we have come to expect this between Carolina and Virginia Tech. Pam Ward and Deb Antonelli joining you here. There's another foul.
This one off the ball. Matilda Eck got run over. What a break for Virginia Tech, honestly, because North Carolina has been very good on their out-of-bounds execution.
Navarre almost forced a turnover. That foul was on Ustby, just her second. Eck guarded by Kelly.
Well, they didn't bring the double that time. Kelly knew it, too.
Kitley knew it for Kitley, huh? 6 of 19 now from the floor. Ustby does it again. Cuts the lead to 2.
Well, let's see if Kitley gets doubled the next time, because they didn't double the last time.
Amoore, nope. Kitley could not bring it in, but Joe Vasili says it's Hokie basketball. Mike Forsberg, Brandon Enterline, our other officials this afternoon.
Here's the other thing, too, Pam. Kitley only has 1 personal foul. She's got to be more aggressive here. More aggressive on both ends, shaping up and going to block shots.
Eck drives the baseline, gets it to Kitley, who was as open as she's been all night. Nice play by Eck. Inside 2 minutes to go now. Konarski with Strack on her, decided to get it into Ustby, who delivered. Another double-double for Ustby.
She makes it look easy, doesn't she? It's because she's so athletic. What a high motor.
Crowd on their feet now at Carmichael, most of them. Strack got Ustby out of the way, and then awkwardly threw it away. Konarski taking it to Eck, who stuffed it, and it's off of Donarski. Donarski challenged Eck, and it did not work out.
I don't know about that play by Donarski right here. I mean, Eck's been back a couple of times defensively, and she's done a heck of a job. Kenny Brooks going to burn one of his 4 remaining timeouts to have 3 remaining.
We will take a quick 30-second timeout. Virginia Tech has the ball when we come back. Welcome back. Let's go back to last year in this building. Waning seconds, tie game, and Liz Kitley wins it off the inbound for Kayla King. And that's the way it has been the last few games these two teams have played, and we're going down to the wire again today.
We're not surprised. I mean, it's been outstanding. The play has been okay, not as great as both these teams are capable, but enough.
Rebound, Deja Kelly. In a minute, inside a minute to go. Challenges Eck. Ustby got a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, they're going to review it, but I don't know why. I thought it was clearly off Ustby.
Alyssa did too, because she sprinted down to the other end of the floor.
Well, watch right here, Kelly. Yeah, that's clearly off Ustby.
The officials will make sure. Coming up next, our triple header continues, and what a triple header it is. When we're done here, this nail biter, we will take you to Columbia, South Carolina, where Ole Miss is in town, and then at 4 Eastern time, UCLA Stanford. We have that from Maples on ESPN2 and the app. Stanford got jujued the other day, right? 51 points. SC went into Maples and won.
Yeah, I mean, Pac-12's been great in the last year of their conference.
Yeah, what a way to go out. So sad that the Pac-12 is dissolving, but this should be definitive. Off Ustby. And they're also checking to make sure the time is correct. It's Joe Vasili and Brandon Enterline of the Enterline refereeing officiating family. And it gives both coaches a little extra time. So if it is indeed Virginia Tech basketball, which it should be, what do you think Kenny Brooks thinking?
And they're waiting for the officials to determine. Then Kenny's going to call a timeout so they can advance the ball. Then they get the timeout. That's how that works. That's why going to replay this and look at it is taking too much time.
Yeah, I think the replay, as far as possession, is a no-brainer. And usually it's the clock that takes a little bit longer, but this has taken quite a while as we take a look at the reset. So the ball does stay with Virginia Tech. And they put a little bit more time back on the clock at 54 seconds flat.
So now is our break.
Yep, so just as you predicted, the call goes to Virginia Tech. It's their basketball, and Kenny Brooks is going to strategize.
We're going to inbound it over here on our side of the floor, and this is where Kayla King is so valuable to what they do. She usually puts it on the money from this position. And I think Virginia Tech, I think you want to be aggressive here and score. I would look for a direct pass to the post. I'll look for Kitley to make a catch it on the block, and look for Kayla King to get it back. Also, Georgia Amoore. You got to go with who you trust right here.
Well, those veterans, right? King and Kitley have been playing together since AAU ball, went to the same high school.
And North Carolina elects not to put somebody on the ball.
Amoore guarded by Navarre. Very important possession.
North Carolina looks like they switched to a zone. They are in zone.
Kitley comes out. And then Donarski took it away. Georgia Amoore never got up. After she got knocked to the floor, and we were all tied up.
The zone, the timeout allows Courtney Banghart to make a switch. The only possession of zone we've seen, and then India, Navarre. What a finish! Steps through. I think her eyes were closed.
Strack and King looked like they had her defended beautifully, but Navarre was able to get skinny and just get right through there and tie the game up.
So now Virginia Tech timeout, advance the ball again. Now you take this shot, Pam. I know there's a 4.4 differential, but you wait till about 9, maybe 10 seconds, and then you go and try to score and try to get the offensive rebound. This is this year on the road in Castle. Sanaya Rivers scores to put the Wolfpack up by 1. 2.1 on the clock. NC State doesn't guard the out-of-bounds pass. A direct feed to Kitley on the block. Game over. Virginia Tech in front of a sold-out crowd.
Buzzer beater for Kitley here to win the game last year against Carolina, and then earlier this year against State. Double team. Amoore just got rid of it in the nick of time, and Kenny Brooks called the timeout.
So it's a good change by North Carolina because Brooks does not elect to call timeout and use the length of the floor. North Carolina comes with three-quarter court pressure, and Amoore dribbles right into the trap. They had to call timeout. You got to keep the ball in the middle of the floor if you're Virginia Tech in that situation.
Tech down to its final timeout. Carolina still has 2.
How about the strategy back and forth by both coaches? Much better execution late game by North Carolina today.
Carolina trying to break a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Virginia and NC State. This is a tough one as well against Tech. And as you see, Virginia Tech just 2 losses. They play at NC State on Thursday. Louisville plays at NC State tomorrow. It's great basketball.
It's been great. You know, North Carolina's lost 3 in a row. They're in jeopardy of losing 3 in a row, falling out of the polls.
Charlie Cream right now has Virginia Tech as a 16 seed, and he says if they lose this game, they will fall out. Of course, you top 16, you host. There's still a lot of basketball to be played, but these games like this have a lot of weight.
The host bubble. So again, same scenario here for Virginia Tech. I'm going with 9 or 10 on the clock. I'm trying to get an offensive rebound. And keep in mind, Virginia Tech has fouls to give. So does North Carolina.
Kitley gets it back to Amoore.
Zone by the heels. We haven't seen this till the last minute.
Narski guarding Amoore.
Here they go.
5 seconds left. They need a shot. It's King. Off the rim. Rebound. Here comes Ustby, who plowed into Amoore and is called for the charge.
Timeout, Virginia Tech. Is that play we just showed you against NC State foreshadowing for what we might see right here?
What a smart play by Amoore, who really took one for the team, because Ustby is a powerful player.
I mean, there's no question this is a charge.
Timeout taken by Tech. That is their last.
Let's see if Courtney Banghart will put somebody on the ball. I don't expect him to be in zone here.
She's elected not to put someone on the ball the last couple of times here in the waning seconds. There's your reset. Tech out of timeouts. They do have a couple of fouls to give.
You have time for a catch and a shot here. It doesn't have to be a tap. You might even have time for one quick dribble.
Just under a second to go. The officials are over there looking, we assume, to make sure the time is absolutely correct.
Now keep in mind that Georgia Amoore set a brilliant screen to free up Kitley in that NC State game, and the officials are going to make sure there's enough time left. Kayla King is going to have India Navarre on the ball.
It was King who threw that incredible inbounds pass to Kitley to beat NC State earlier this season.
I'm surprised that Gokdang is not guarding the basketball the inbounds.
With her great height and reach. Instead, it's Navarre. Kitley matched up with Ustby, and Brandon Interline just came over to us and said they are still double checking to make sure the time is correct. Remember, Carolina has no fouls to give, so any foul would send Tech to the line.
It will be reset to 1.5.
Banghart showing frustration. It's taking a long time, and they have put 0.6 of a second back on the clock.
You got time for a catch and dribble.
That's a lot.
For sure.
Yep. King with the inbounds, looking for Amoore. Got it to Georgia for the win. We are going to overtime. 54 all.
Now, and it's been that. Virginia Tech is a rhythm and a pass-first team. North Carolina has done a nice job here in the second half, taking over a little bit of the momentum of the game.
So we start all over. Virginia Tech wearing the black uniforms gets the basketball. Tech did not score in the final 2 minutes of that fourth quarter. Allowing Carolina to tie it up. Amoore's last second shot came off the rim. And this is where we are. Pam Ward and Deb Antonelli joining you from Carmichael, which has been electric all afternoon. Eck with a huge three.
And North Carolina stayed in that matchup zone. They showed a few possessions inside a minute, and they start this overtime with it. Neck gets to the corner. That's where it's open against the 3-2.
Deja Kelly leading her team in scoring yet again. Here's Donarski. Zelaya has a couple of threes. Shot clock winding down. Navarre, no.
Good cut, though, from the weak side.
Three-point lead and the ball for the Hokies. Kitley has had a rough afternoon. Amoore just a little bit too strong, but Kayla King streaks in to get the rebound. Donarski took it away. Kelly driving on Amoore, pulls up. Ustby, an elite rebounder. Kelly's second chance works. Deja with 22 points. 9 of them coming from the free throw line. The only Tar Heel to take a free throw tonight. Sumiel playing with 4 fouls, misses. Navarre getting some extended playing time after some good minutes in the fourth. Same with Zelaya. Playing for Gokdang. Donarski wide right. Amoore with the board. Amoore has a double-double, so does Kitley. And Ustby.
Get the ball inside that zone.
Ustby brings the double again. Kitley short.
Everything's been short for Kitley today.
Ustby now has 15 rebounds. Deja. Skims off. King and Navarre fight for it. The officials point Virginia Tech's way.
Can't review it. Not till inside 2 minutes. India and Navarre might have a point there.
It looked like it was off of Taylor King's right hand. So a break for the Hokies.
The ACC area is where that zone is open.
Rims out for Eck, and then Kitley got clobbered on the rebound.
Yeah, but Elizabeth Kitley, those are the boards she's got to get right now. She's got to be aggressive. I said earlier, she only has one personal foul. She's got to play with a little bit more toughness around the rim right now.
4 fouls on Ustby. 10 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists.
And keep in mind, Kitley's played every minute of this game except for one, and North Carolina has been keying on her the whole game. There's a wear down effect, which might be part of the reason why some of her shots are short. This is Elizabeth Kitley today, though. This is what she does. A little short roll off a 2-man game. Knocks down a face-up jumper. Then she reposts on this turnaround and reverse pivot into a jumper. And then the feed to Strack. At 6'6", she can see over the top of that defense.
The numbers for Kitley, but the field goal percentage is well down. Came into this game hitting on 55% of her shots. But she has been defended well, as you mentioned. Ustby coming over on a lot of doubles. Nothing easy for Kitley, but still, she gets another double-double. Amoore and Eck have also played every second of this game for the Hokies.
Gamecock Nation is pacing right now.
And they good showing, right? There's a lot of Hokies in the house.
There's a lot of Hokies in the house. That's a sold-out place in Colonial Life Arena. Raven enjoys an extra 5 minutes. I can tell you that right now. Raven is a young person living with autism, Elizabeth's older sister. They are very connected, and Elizabeth inspired by Raven most days, who provides a lot of encouraging words, but sometimes she tells her to play a little bit better too.
Yeah, Raven doesn't mince words. And, great relationship, and parents, Ralph up here, and look at Mom. That's got to just be agonizing.
It's
for
horrible
a parent.
watching your kid play. I talked to Loretta and Raven and Ralph before the game, and Loretta said, you know, I feel more nervous this year than I did her freshman year. I think it's because we're getting closer to the end. It could be, you know, parents go through a withdrawal as well as players when their playing day is done.
Think this, it is Kitley's last game here at Carmichael. Won the game at the buzzer last year. This is her last year of eligibility. And trying to go out with another win. They have won 4 straight in this series. They both were close last year. Kitley won the game in this building with the buzzer beater. And then the one at Castle was won with free throws by Georgia Amoore with just 2 seconds left. Kitley waiting at the free throw line. This is her first trip to the line. That's surprising.
Now think about it, all we just talked about, all right? How much attention she draws, the double team she's played in, whether she's got her back to the basket or in space. We're in overtime, and your 6'6" back-to-back ACC Player of the Year is going to the free throw line for the first time.
She only takes 4 free throws a game on average, 77%, best on the team. 1 out of 2 for Liz. Just a 2-point advantage.
Kayla King trying to deny Kelly the basketball. Doing a good job of staying in front of her. It's not easy.
Kelly drives, and I thought she poked it from behind. Drew another foul. Third on King.
Watch Kayla King doing a good job. Get under from behind. Picks up the foul.
Not a lot of ball on that. Navarre, fouled by Amoore.
It's a good isolation play. Navarre, bigger, stronger body than Georgia Amoore.
Navarre getting a lot of playing time here in the fourth quarter and now overtime. Stanford transfer misses the free throw. She's only a 56% free throw shooter. North Carolina as a team is not good at the line. Only Miami has a worse team free throw percentage. But Navarre gets 1 out of 2. 1-point game, 2 minutes to go in overtime.
And North Carolina makes up for that with a +4 turnover margin. Showing zone again.
King, Amoore, good look at the three. Nothing but net.
Good pass.
Ustby can't save it.
Against the zone. It's good ball movement. Look at the zip on that pass. Late to recover. Too much time for Amoore.
Her third three of the game.
See if North Carolina's going to stay in this possession one more time. Courtney Banghart's trying to switch them out of their man. I think they need to be in their man-to-man. Too late. They were late communicating all of that, Pam. Trying to change the defense in the middle of the possession.
Did not work out well. Kelly draws another foul, but 2 big back-to-back threes by Amoore and Eck after they had scheduled from distance for most of the game.
Confusion by the heels. Are they in zone or man? Look at the screen by Kitley. That's a collision right there that she held her ground for to give more time for the triple.
Kelly back at the line. Kayla King just picked up her 4th foul. Deja Kelly really struggled shooting free throws earlier in the season, but in her last 6 games, 81% from the line coming in, and she's bettering that today. She's 11 of 12 in free throws this afternoon. So she has definitely had a big turnaround at the line where she goes a lot. Kitley bothered big time by Zelaya. Fans want a 5-second call. She just got rid of it, and Brooks called the timeout.
Timeout is a good timeout because you only had 3 more seconds to get the ball across the timeline. Now because you used the timeout, you got a full 10 to get it across.
North Carolina has now gone almost 3 minutes without a field goal. We were tied up at 54 after regulation.
Or is that the men's rule? Now I'm confused because there's 2 different sets of rules in men's and women's basketball. The men get a full 10. Now I'm confused.
10 seconds to get it over?
Yeah, if you call timeout, if you're the offensive, yeah. Burn timeout.
So a 5-point lead for the Hokies. Inbounded.
North Carolina want to make Virginia Tech go towards the baseline to catch the ball.
Kayla King inbounds. Great defense by North Carolina. Deja couldn't save it. Great hustle by Deja Kelly. And she made full contact with the table over here, and she bounced back well.
Good hands, Pam.
Ripped my schedule, though. This monitor has been around for a while. This is a tough old monitor. Virginia Tech able to save the ball and a near turnover.
North Carolina fouling.
Yep, Navarre got Amoore, who's 2 for 2 from the line. We got other stuff going on. Let's get back to the studio.
Pam and Debbie, South Carolina, #1 team in the country, just tipped off. That game going on ESPN News right now as they take on Ole Miss. We'll get you out to that game as soon as this one concludes. They have tipped off over on ESPN News.
All right, Kelsey, that game coming up when we are finished here. Amoore, 1 out of 2.
North Carolina's going to call timeout to advance the ball. It's a 2-possession game.
Georgia Amoore a little slow to get started, but finishing strong here in overtime.
I mean, Amoore is a winner, and she knows how to put her team on her back and how to finish off a game. That runner in the first half was beautiful, playing in a 2-man game in the middle third. Look at the collapse on Kitley and the hustle, and they make one more. Kayla King puts it right in the shooting pocket. Georgia Amoore has been bounced around like a ping pong ball today, and she has done a nice job of putting another double-double on the board for the Hokies.
She had 14 assists in her last game against Virginia, and how about 11 tonight or this afternoon? Feels like it's nighttime. But this is huge. North Carolina, too many empty possessions here.
North Carolina is going to go for a 3. They only needed a 2.
Kelly missed. Zelaya saved it.
Get it to Donarski.
Kelly with another miss. Zelaya with another rebound, but then Kitley picked it up. They need to foul. There's a lot of contact between Kelly and Amoore.
And that's almost a flop, so you have to be careful right there. They're going to call a foul on Kelly.
Second foul on Deja.
I don't understand why Donarski couldn't get that catch. You know, I'm watching Virginia Tech. I thought they did a decent job on her, but that would have been who I would have thought if you were going to go for 3, because I thought you could have got a quick 2.
Kelly just shooting 27% from 3 on the season. Amoore 1 out of 2 again.
Rebound Virginia Tech.
Oh, wow. Samuel able to go up and get the basketball, and then she was fouled immediately. Samuel with 3 points, 5 rebounds. And there's her mom, Tammy. I love it. Taking a picture.
Big moment.
Little girl just scored a big bucket, gets that free throw. Coming from Dayville, Connecticut. Samuel got them both.
Penny Brooks told us before the game you could go the last 5 minutes of regulation and play this. That's how close these two teams have been. And it was a close one, that's for sure, overtime.
That called for the foul. Kelly is a master at drawing fouls. This overtime has belonged to the Hokies. They have outscored North Carolina 14-5. Carolina has not hit a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes. North Carolina men had a big win last night. That young man, R.J. Davis, a big part of that. He and Deja are quite an item here.
Right now, ACC Player of the Year.
Here to cheer on Deja and her teammates, but Virginia Tech will come away with another win. Amoore continues to get bounced around. Fouled by Navarre. It certainly isn't getting any easier for the Hokies because their next game is Thursday at NC State.
Yes, NC State. What a schedule this league puts in front of every team.
And that's a rematch of the game 1 at the buzzer in Blacksburg. Louisville, that game will be on ESPN, and then the rematch with Carolina. 21 for Amoore.
I hope the Ole Miss South Carolina game is as competitive as this one, because that's next.
Tied after 3 quarters of play.
The #1 team in the country.
And we were gone into overtime, but a couple of big threes and then some free throws by the Hokies. They are going to go to 18-4 on the season. 9-2 in the ACC as Georgia Amoore tells the Hokie fans to get